Hey there, welcome back to the channel. It's getting windy out there, so I've come in the truck to make an update video. So since last time, we've done quite a bit of work. And the way that we're building our homestead house, or the house for the homestead, is that we're building out of what's called insulated concrete forms, which was new to me, but it's an extremely efficient way of building a house, which for us is going to be very important because just by the nature of where we live, we have to have an off-grid house. We don't have access to water from the city, so we have to have a well. We don't have access to sewer from the city, so we have to have a septic system. And we actually could tap into the local power grid, but we're so far from the main road that it would cost me more to get the power to my house and to do all that installation than it is to buy solar panels and batteries. So that's what we're gonna do. It's just kind of the way things worked out. Is this is the property that we wanted, and by the nature of where this property is, everything is going to be off grid. Of course, we like that. We want to be off grid because that gives us much more independence. But back to the ICF. ICF is a lot like building with giant Lego blocks that are made out of styrofoam. And as you stack the blocks, you lay rebar along each layer or course of the blocks. And then finally, at the end, you need to place rebar, vertical rebar, through the top of the blocks that goes from the top all the way down to the concrete footings below. So as you're stacking the blocks, you're also creating a rebar mesh that creates the structure for the house. So you end up with a house that's extremely strong, but not just strong, it's extremely efficient, thermally efficient. So you've got insulation on the outside, you've got insulation on the inside. There's no studs or thermal bridges to create inefficiencies in your house. Also, because you fill the walls with concrete, so between the styrofoam blocks are hollow and you fill them with concrete. So when you do that, you also create an airtight house. So it's difficult for air to move in and out. It's difficult for temperature to change because the concrete is so massive and the insulation is so good. So you end up with just an extremely efficient house, which again, because we're living off grid, we need the house to be very efficient. We're not going to have access to all the amenities from the city. So that's what we've been working on now. As you can see, the wind is so strong that it's rocking the truck. It's blowing on the trailer. But we're almost done with the foundation portion of the ICF blocks. So the ICF blocks, they also act as your exterior framing. So for the basement, it's 3 steps in one. It's the foundation, it's the framing, and it's the insulation. So even though it takes a long time to get all the different steps down, we're actually moving pretty quick because it's 3 steps in one. So there's our update. We're working on getting the basement ready to pour. Hopefully we can do that within the next week or two here. There's not a lot left. I've got a few penetrations. That's where pipes or things have to stick through the wall. We have to make room for all the electrical. We have to have a place for the plumbing to go. And we've also been hanging our floor trusses ahead of time. So usually what you do is you do all your framing and then you hang your floor. Well, for this, you can feel it rocking the truck. For this case, we've done all the foam blocks, but we haven't filled them with concrete yet. That lets us put all the floor trusses in, make sure they're all in the right spot, get everything just right, and then we lock it into place at the very end with the concrete. So that's what we're working on. Thanks for listening. See you next time.